Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We are an Arty channel and frequently we get accused of focusing solely on Arty, but that's not the case. We do actually cover other tanks and this happens to be one of those occasions. This is an IS-3, it's a tier 8 Soviet heavy and it's located on the north spawn of Fjords and it's under the command of Peter Cobb 1998. And he's a member of Philo, one of the best clans in the game. Got some very nice people, and I've actually platooned with Peter, so I know how good a player he is. And if you were at Tank Fest, you saw one of these up close, and you were actually able to touch it. It's a fantastic tank in the game. In the real, it looks superb. Wasn't so great to maintain when it came to actually looking after the tank, but it certainly made the Allies very frightened and spawned a whole load of heavy tank development when they first saw this at the Victory Parade in Germany just after the Second World War. Now, the IS-3 stands for Joseph Stalin or Iosif Stalin. It's named after the leader of the Soviet Union. And the third version, obviously you've seen the IS and the IS-2, this was the IS-3, the third derivation. But it's unusual because it's got a peaked nose, or I should say a plough nose. And that's so it can deflect rounds fired directly at it. If it was charging towards the enemy, rounds that were fired directly at it would careen off in other directions, instead of hitting the tank square on. And he's got a defender. Now that's also a derivative of the IS-3 and he fires into the ploughed nose, but unfortunately, or the peaked nose, unfortunately that round bounced. So he didn't get a penetration there. He's got an 11.48 second reload. He's got a Centurion 5-1 there. He can hit that. And he did do some critical damage. I think he hit the top of the Centurion one. Looks like he's going to focus on the Centurion rather than the defender. Moving forward to shoot. Can't get a shot on him at the moment. Now he can. Pulls forward and he doesn't get a penetration there. Say 11.48 seconds. Now he's going to have to take the defender on and he gets a round into his side. 305 hit points. Now he's going to be fighting the rear of that defender. The Centurion's not really engaging, which is good news because that means that it's him and the Tiger P versus the defender, and he puts 352 into the side of the defender. God knows why that Centurion's hanging back. He shouldn't be doing this. Going to fire another round in any second, and he's trying to get right through the tracks, but we lost the Tiger P, but it's now one-on-one with the defender. It's going to try and isolate him. Goes straight through the front tracks and into the vehicle. Wipes him out for 299. Now it's him versus the Centurion 5-1. And although Centurion 5-1's got very good penetration, it's not going to help him against this IS-3. He lost 105 in the RAM as well. And he's now got 1.8 hit point, 1.8k damage. Trying to bully that Centurion. He did track him when he was damaged, and he put a round in for 374, took a round back for 252. He's going to reload any second. He's pushing the Centurion into the water, trying to drown him. He's now in the water. There's no way out for that Centurion. Go for the kill shot. Doesn't kill shot him, but he's drowned. And he drowned because he managed to push him into the water. Okay, so there's still two enemy heavies to deal with. One's an ONE, and the other, I'm not sure what the other one is. It's a KV-2, that's it. Now they were last seen on the road headed towards our cap, just on the other side of this rock. So we're going to have to get up here and get the other side if we're going to chase them down. Over that way he heads back to the cap immediately. And he's going to take the low line here just so that he doesn't get hit by shells from tanks that are lying in wait, waiting for him to drive past. And that was a smart move. He has to come up the rise now. And You can see one of those rounds bounced off his gun. So he was very lucky that didn't penetrate, and it would have damaged his gun if it had. Right, we've got a Panzer IV Schmalten, the one with the wire mesh on the sides. But we lost our AMX-13 F3. Our Arty's gone down. Okay, but our Sturmil destroyed the Schmalten. The Oni's gone low. He's going after the Schmalten, the Sturmil, but he's been taken out. He was killed by the Sturmil, and we've killed the KV-2. The Progetto got him. There's an Su-100M tank destroyer lining up a shot, but he can't because he's going behind. Oh, no, he did get the shot in, 376, but the kill shot went to the IKV-65. And he's actually in the gap over there in the valley, and they're trying to corner a T-43. Now Peter is actually going to go after the enemy cap now, I think. He's got his eyes on the corner over there. Now there's still one tank destroyer that we haven't seen. I don't expect the Arty to have come this far north. There's the Su-100, that's the tank destroyer. He's got a shot. He's going to take it, dialing in, and fires around in. He gets a hit for 264 into the tracks, and that actually, well, or rather, no, he actually gets damage assistance of 264. He actually took out the tracks of the Su-100, and they did damage to him after he was tracked. Okay, so he's going after the Arty. Unfortunately, we've just lost one of our teammates, the Progetto. Now Peter's got 2 kills already. He's leaving the Sturmil and the P-43 to hold back the Su-100 and the T-43. They appear to be locked in or stuck in that pass. They can't get out. There's the M12. He's behind us. Okay, he's spotted him. He's going to have to follow him around. Now if the M12 saw him, we'll have to watch for the 6th sense to go off. If it does go off, there's a danger we might be hit by the Hummel. In fact, it looks like the Hummel did see us because that round landed near us. We have been stunned, but he's used his first aid kit to get the stun out. And he's going to try and put a round into the M12. The M12 looks to be firing in our direction. No, he's not. He's firing the opposite direction. And he puts a round into the M12. That picks up the high caliber. The Sturmil was stunned by the M12 shot, but we can get the kill shot with the next shot. He's using standard AP, takes the M12 out. That's his first Arty kill. There's still one more Arty to go, the Hummel. Now the enemy are pressing in the pass, and they managed to get around the other side of the P-43 turret, and they've taken him out. Now there is a logic to what Peter's doing, because if you can take out the Hummel and kill him, then you can start capping and force the enemy to come back to your cap. Now the fact that the Hummel fired at him must have mean that he'd seen him, and that could mean that the Hummel is actually on that rise overlooking the area where Peter was. Okay, now I'm expecting the Hummel to shoot at him. He's still got a huge number of hit points. He could take a direct hit from the Hummel, the 15cm gun on the Hummel, and not worry about it. Oh, he's been spotted. There he is. That's why he was able to shoot. Fires one round in, kills him off completely. Does take a round from the T-43. Now he's out in this this area. Now he was seen by the T-43. He's on this peninsula, but he was spotted by the Hummel. So I think he could probably go up this rise without getting hit. But the T-43's got to be somewhere up there. If he can get behind that bush without being hit, then obviously it was the Hummel that was spotting for the T-43, and the T-43 is much further up. Okay, he's up high now. Should be able to see him. Okay, the T-43's still fair distance off. It's going to come up to the bushes. You can have a look here, see if you can spot the T-43. No sight of him. Okay, it's going to go through and cap. Force the T-43 to come down. No, still can't see him. He's still out of view range. Yep, there he is. Okay, now Cap forces the T-43 to come down. If he can't kill the if he kills the Stur Mill, he has killed the Stur Mill. That was the last member of our team left alive. So it's the IS-3 versus the T-43. And I think I know what my money would be on. The IS-3. It's got pretty tough armor. It's going to be difficult for the T-43 to get enough shots in to kill the IS-3 without the IS-3 returning enough fire to take him out of the game. Peter's got 3.2k of damage, 410 hit points blocked, and 392 on assists so far. He's already done enough to get the high caliber. He's also got a Pascucci's because he's killed 2 Arty. If he can take on the T-43, he's won the game. If he stays in this cap and the T-43 doesn't come down to try and get a reset, then he wins with an invader. I expect the T-43 to come down. He'll come down as rapidly as he can, trying to get a defender medal. There he is. Pulls up and, oh, one-shot kill. 379 hit points. And he wins the game. And that shows you how effective the IS-3 can be. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Peter Cobb 1998 in the IS-3. He also managed a fire for effect for doing more hit points than the more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. A buddy badge because he managed to score no friendly damage on his own team for 50 battles at least. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 15. And lastly, he got a Pascucci's medal. He managed to kill off at least 2 SPGs during the battle, but he didn't pick up the high caliber, and we're about to find out why. He also got a win 8 of 7423. Well, if we look at the team scores, I think we can probably see why. The Progetto 46 managed to get 4,121 hit points of damage during the battle, so he just beat Peter Cobb with at least 500 hit points of damage in the meanwhile. So sadly, Peter, although he qualified in terms of the conditions of actually doing the most damage, the Progetto managed to do even more damage in the intervening time, and that's why he picks up the high caliber, whilst Peter managed to pick up the Pascucci's medal. So when it comes to the number of kills, Peter managed to score the highest amount. He got 5. The highest number on the enemy team was 4 for the KV-2 and the T-43. Unfortunately, that T-43 wasn't sneaky enough to try and sneak up on Peter and put a round into him without getting that return shot. Big mistake. When it came to base XP, Peter managed to get 1,342 experience points altogether, and that was enough for the ace tanker. Much more than the Progetto, even though he did manage to get more hit points overall. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, he fired 16 rounds, got 16 direct hits, 11 penetrations. So there's a few there where he didn't penetrate. And I think that was actually the Defender and the Centurion 5-1 at the start of the battle. He was having difficulty trying to get the shots through. The Defender, he fired directly at the peaked nose, or piked nose. And actually one of the rounds just sort of like bounced off. So he wasn't able to get a penetration there. But it just goes to show the power of the gun on the IS-3. It really is quite a monster, and that's why the Defender is actually so good. Even though he managed to defeat the Defender, he actually had the help of that Tiger P, and if that Centurion actually managed to get involved during that fight, it might have been a different result on that battle. So damage of 3,613 hit points. He received 4 hits during the battle. 2 were penetrations, 2 were non-penetrations, and he also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage, and that came from the Hummel, who actually managed to see him because he was on the same visual line, but the Hummel was hidden from view, had good camo properties, and that's why Peter couldn't see him. He blocked damage of 410 hit points during that battle. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, both of those were the Arty. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and did damage assistance of 392 hit points. And I think that was when he tracked the Su-100. He also managed to capture 69 capture points on the base, but unfortunately the T-43 turned up before he could actually get 100 to get the invader. On a premium account, he earned 58,449 credits, but after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he only took away 11,840 credits. He received 1 bond for the Pascuccis, and he also got 2,013 experience points times 2 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 4,026 experience points altogether. So a pretty good round, and shows you what you've got to do if you want to get an ace tanker in the IS-3. I'd recommend you follow these sort of rules and try and make it one-on-one engagement. And what he did there was to try and hide behind that rock to stop the defender from having a go at him. When the defender did engage, he engaged the Tiger P, and that was a big mistake because then he was able to sit behind that rock, shoot the defender. The Centurion didn't get involved really, and as a consequence he managed to beat a superior tank with his IS-3. So well done, Peter Cobb. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.